has a hook, it has this, and the other thing, so obviously she actually put the box in the suitcase. So now this part goes inside the hat. And it's not too long, because also some hats, and especially one without, you could store any hat, even a fedora, but if it is a very low crown, obviously it might bump into the crown and mess up the shape of it. The only thing which is generally wrong if one desires to use it like back then, is as a suitcase unto itself, is that this cannot really be done anymore because the straps are gone. So not the straps on top, but the straps on the sides, they broke. So actually it are still there, sewn onto the box and adding reinforcement, but they broke here, which often I guess happen, because what they will do is they might just carry it, carry it, and eventually with the rain and all, the leather will get worn, it will get that pressure of being pulled with so much weight, and eventually, especially if they don't take care of the leather well, it will break. It is actually signed, Madam, I can read, I think, Madam something Laney, Matt Laney. I think there, in old school pen. Even the top is padded, which is very good, which means that when it's laying down, now I shall put the, which is super rare, now I put the, I'm no longer molding, so I put the molding band inside this. I add this, I don't know what you call that, this thing. Now I add the hat, so the older hat. As an extra precaution, I shall add still that silk, because it shall be stored for long. I think this is a silk or viscose, rayon, whatever, but the good thing is it does not catch on dust. And it protects it from any type of scratches or dirt this old box may have. I fit it in. It fits perfectly in. And now I just want, so now things can be stored in there. And they will store things in there, like perhaps socks or things, I suppose, or extra padding. And this protects perhaps the hat in case of a shock from, losing, being too, in case the box actually broke. Like a sharp piece of wood plunged into the box whilst traveling or whatever. Because back then also everything was more primitive, everything was more hardcore, with horses and all. Or if a horse even stepped upon the box and started, hitting the side of the fragile top hat, at least it would not completely do that in view of that wall. Obviously it is just some sort of cardboard, but it's still better than nothing. It still has some solidity to it. And I just want to make sure it is not too long for the hat and starts messing up the top of the hat and then breaking the top. I just uncovered it. I think it is fine, because it is actually too long in itself, and because it is stopped through the, it seems like a tad too long, And also that this belt gets stuck onto the fragile silk lining, so I want to make sure the hat is covered in that silk, or whatever it is, rayon thing is scarf. Let me check. And this hat is very delicate and it cannot really be repaired. No, it is fine. It has not made it bulge out. And it has some flexibility, so if it bulges it out a bit, this is fine. So I can do it with my fingers. So for now, I think I feel, but I'll just leave the hat out, because I want to compare both these very different black silk top hats. Also at first glance, they may look the same to ordinary people, but to people into that type of work, they look very different. So I actually already tried it on, but I just simply tried it on literally 1 second. So this is in mint condition. I know this was never in so mint a condition as that. It probably was never used because, so my hands clean. That thing, film it. So this is the hat in itself, which did not again come in that box. It did not come in a box. It came the cardboard box from England. And it costed, well, all the info is on Instagram for the photographs and all. Not the box there, but the info for the the hat. Woo la la! Wow! Look at that. So I can only spot extremely light wear, which is probably due to bad storage or not ideal storage, not storage like I just did, and just the thing being so old, not due to being worn because, or if it was, it probably was perhaps worn, but very few times by probably a man with a not power match or something. So this is much less. This is not from the time period this travel is supposed to be about and what I want it to be about. But one could not find, it was super hard finding with that hat in that size. And hopefully this is the size I need. And it was super hard. So it literally took me a month and a half. Sometimes I would spend 7 hours a day. I had to go all over the French, American and UK eBay. I found this on the UK, but it came from England. So obviously I prefer that one. The shape is very different. This is higher than this, although this for a smaller head. And this is actually bell shape. This is way more of a late 19th century hat. And it has this way more curled brim. This brim is way flatter. I think it's more flatter. This is more of a 1910s, early 20s hat, I suppose. Perhaps 1925, perhaps even 1930. I will try to check again through the Fedora Lounge. They talk about these things on the Fedora Lounge. If you're interested in hats, go on the Fedora Lounge. This is from G.A. Dunn & Co. I think they still exist as a company. It may not have been worn because the sticker is still there. And I foresee that this is the original hat band. It was not like an original from the era, but he would say, why did he replace it? No, because then the hat in itself would show more wear. And what I love about this hat is just because I have not polished it like that one, and it probably has not taken wear at all. The felt, if you could just touch that, the silk literally feels like fur. No wonder people think it is fur, because when it is not polished, the sheen of it is not so shiny like that. See the difference? This is literally glossy. This is a soft sheen, but it really feels like fur. When polished like this, it does damage it to a certain extent, I suppose, but it does also protect it. And it feels way flatter, way more like silk. Now it feels literally like fur. And so soft, and as if one could literally plunge one's finger. The sensation is so great. Henceforward, why one shall not gloss it, at least right now. I shall wear it for perhaps the very least a month, or probably way more, before altering it, before doing the tailor thing I did to that one. And I'm thinking of actually never doing it, because anyhow these hats do not last very long. And the more one does things to them, the more damages it, especially that I do not intend to wear it in the rain. It literally rains only a few days per year, but when it does, in Dubai, it is a massive sort of tropical rain. And there, one does not, I shall wear it every day, but it will be